Cardi B, New York City. This is your number before you go. Let's get into it. You guys are going to be at the Madison Square Garden on Wednesday and Thursday, March 25th and 26th. Capacity of the venue is 20,000 people, not including floor seaters. Doors are going to open at 6:30 and show is going to start at 7:30. She does have a DJ that plays first, and she typically comes out around that 8:30, 9 o'clock mark, and her set is about 2 hours in length. Those who have purchased VIP packages, please be on the lookout for an email from VIP Nation that will include all of your details, including what time you are to arrive and where you are to arrive to, using what doors, etc. That is VIP Nation. They do have the ability to use Clear to get into the garden faster. You can download the Clear app. It mentions that you'll be able to skip the line and enter through the clear lane at Chase entrances B and C on 8th Avenue. No crowds, no waiting. So that's with the Clear app. They mentioned to be sure to check your ticket for your suggested entrance based on your seat location. So look on your tickets. They're going to give you suggested entrances, and I'm including a map that shows you all of those entrances. So if you need to pause the video to look at it, to figure out where you need to enter, please do that. Bags can be no bigger than 22 by 14 by 9. They do not have to be clear, just no bigger than 22 by 14 by 9. They do mention no backpacks and other bags allowed, and that they do want these bags to be able to fit underneath your seat. If for some reason you need something bigger due to medical needs, please let security know upon your entry, and they will deal with you accordingly. You may be subject to more security, but typically they're allowed in for medical reasons. So I often get questions sometimes about breast pumps, any diabetic supplies, oxygen, any of those things fall under medical needs, ADA needs. Those will be allowed in. Just let security know. Cameras. No professional and or commercial cameras with telephoto or zoom lenses. Tripods, monopods, audio-visual recording devices, including GoPro, Google Glasses, spectacles, etc., are not allowed either. So what is allowed? Your cameras on your phone, point and shoot camera, disposable camera, and your Polaroid cameras. Okay. Sometimes I get questions about specific cameras. I've gotten Canons, I've got certain Kodaks. I would say your barometer is anything that has a lens on it that extends any further than 3 inches generally. A few arenas say an inch, but the majority say 3 inches. It cannot exceed 3 inches in length. And if it has a detachable lens, do not bring it. Leave it at home, okay? Because then it begins to make it a professional camera. Okay, so I hope that it helps to answer those additional questions for specific cameras. GoPros are listed. So for people that have the DJI cameras, I would leave those at home. Do not bring them. And they specifically address Google Glasses. Okay, so that's a no-go. Portable fans and portable chargers, both are allowed in. I would just say to bring something that is big enough to fit into your bag. Keep it small and portable. If you forget to bring your portable charger, they do have charge fuse stations at the venue. They're available at 9 different locations throughout the venue. With Lightning, USB-C, and micro USB cables, you can charge your phones if need be. Of course, you just rent them. Make sure you bring them back before the event is over for the night, and you will not be charged for them. Selfie sticks are a no. They are not allowed. Umbrellas, they are allowed, have to be small and collapsible and basically fit inside your bag and cannot have any pointed tips. Posters are not allowed. The venue is cashless. So if you want to buy merch, you want to buy food, think tap to pay or either your cards. If you need to pick up tickets from the box office or if you want to purchase alcohol, please remember to bring your IDs. If you have mace or pepper spray on your keychain, please remember to take that off because that is considered a weapon and you will not be allowed in the venue. This is a smoke-free facility with no smoking or vaping allowed anywhere inside. They mentioned that the policy includes electronic cigarettes and is strictly enforced in compliance with New York City regulations. They also have a no exit and re-entry policy. So if you go out, you're not going to be allowed to get back in without a new ticket. Outside food is a no. Now, if you have some type of medical need, say you are diabetic and you need to bring a small snack, that will be allowed. Just let security know. Wheelchairs. Patrons with mobility limitations who do not have access to a wheelchair can request a wheelchair transport to their seat free of charge. They want you to be aware that their personnel will not remain with you during the event, nor will you be able to remain in the wheelchair for the duration of the event. Please alert a staff member if you need assistance. Also, if you bring your wheelchairs or your canes and your walkers and you want to store them, they do have that availability as well. Once again, let a staff member know. ADA or accessible entrances. They are located on 8 Penn on 33rd Street and 8th Avenue, or at Chase Square on 7th Avenue between 31st and 33rd Streets. If you are driving, you can get parking through Spot Hero. You can do this on their website or on their app. In the Where Are You Going box, you will type Cardi B. And under Performers, if you scroll up, you will select Cardi B. And from there, you'll be able to pick your show, which is the Madison Square Garden show. And the things that are available will pop up. So here you see a list. What I would say is for whichever reservation you choose, I will click on the first one. I would pay attention to the time that your reservation is for. You see, this one is from 5:30 to 12:30 a.m. And if you scroll down, it will also include any amenities that are included. This one has valet, on-site staff, and it is a covered garage. It will also typically have here if it has ADA spots as well included. So a good spot to look if you need any additional amenities and want clarity on the parking lot or parking garage. Also, you see that it tells you how far it is from the venue. This one is a 3-minute walk. So something else that all of them will include. I will say when it comes to the time for your parking reservation, please make sure that you look at your respective reservation because all of the times are not guaranteed to be the same. If you decide not to drive to the venue, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to do, you're more than likely going to use other means of transportation. Of course, you have a lot in the city. I'm sure people are well aware of how to get to Madison Square Garden, but if you are not, Google Maps will be your best friend. Put in your starting point, put in your ending point, and it will spit out your trains, your buses, all of the next steps for you. Just keep that app open and it will ride with you as you go. So Google Maps for those who are not familiar with the venue and do not want to drive. And I would say if you can avoid driving and try to use alternate means of transportation. Rideshare, if you're going to go via rideshare, the drop off and pickup location is on 7th Avenue, just north of 31st Street. Weather for Wednesday evening is 45 degrees with cloudy skies and 52 and cloudy skies on Thursday. New York City, a wonderful night for a show. That is your note before you go. Make sure that you get your parking passes. If you are driving, please download them so that they are ready to show or scan to get into the garages because that is going to keep things moving. Please make sure you download your tickets to the show as well, because that's going to keep people moving at the doors to get into the venue quickly. Pack your patience. Over 20,000 people coming to an event is a lot of people. Okay. It's going to be a lot getting there, but I feel it might be worse leaving. So pack your patience. Any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave them down below. I definitely try to get back to those as quickly as I can and give you any information that I have. If you are going to see Cardi B and you are not going to the Madison Square Garden show, but you are going to one in the future on this tour and you want to be in the know before you go, feel free to give me a follow because I am your girl. This is not the only tour that I'm covering. I'm covering many others and will be covering many of the up and coming hot tours for 2026. So if you want to be in the know before you go, give me a follow. New York City, be safe and enjoy the show. Bye.